Good afternoon. How are you today? Well, it's in the 50s, a little chilly. Sun's out, not much wind, so it's pretty nice. Apologies to you who are having more severe weather. And I suppose years of ignoring the planet we inhabit has contributed to us being surprised by, quote, weather in difficult ways, which range from discomfort to a risk of life and limb. So, but we seem to have an epidemic of irresponsibility in government. We seem to have a heightened clash of views. And the clash these days seems often, there should be crows, right? It seems that a clash these days is often based on lies or inconsistencies between the positions one took before and one takes now. So we have to feel that we're walking through a jungle of chaos, and that we have these oleaginous public figures trying to reassure us, but with lies and false policies. And when the policy is understandable, we're told it's going to give us great benefits when it's nothing of the sort. So let's choose a little example. There's a Tennessee governor, Bill Lee, has or is about to sign a bill outlawing drag shows and having these things in public. Now, it's a little embarrassing for this guy that in high school, and they have it in his yearbook, he dressed up in drag. So, was he right then? Or was he so young he didn't appreciate what he was doing? And now he's a more sober man as a governor. You can see where these kinds of discussions are endless. But let's up the ante a little bit. The Dominion trial, which right now is consists of trading motions. Dominion being the supplier of various ways to run elections and keep track of votes and things like that. And they were the subject of relentless lying by Fox News, so-called, saying that you could manipulate those devices to manipulate the election. Interesting. Entirely untrue, and the backstory is untrue. And the people who told this story were no less than lying Rudy Giuliani and others who just couldn't stop themselves from doing it. They just got away with it. Sidney Powell may be the best example, because she not only said she was counsel to Trump when she wasn't, but she also spread these lies on Fox. And on top of it, it turns out that the anchors at Fox knew that they were being told lies of various sorts. So it's not a question of inconsistency in the sense of you said one thing and changed your mind, you said something else. It's that you're making up something. So Fox has become the fiction channel in America. But it's fiction with a propagandist objective. And because of the Dominion lawsuit, we know that Murdoch knew about this, but he didn't fire anyone. Not then, not now. So Fox has become Orwell's 1984 Ministry of Truth, which was created, according to Orwell, in his dystopic world. It was created to spread lies, not to spread the truth at all. And that's what Fox has been doing. Fox has become a propaganda machine, and the truth isn't there. The objective is political. And presently, the only group that's really on the ropes for their misconduct with regard to the election are those people at Fox and who Fox was connected with. And Dominion and its counsel have done a tremendous job of unearthing documents, emails, and such, and testimony that removes any doubt, it seems to me, of the misconduct and defamation of Fox toward Dominion. Now, this is a notation on where the law stands. The motion that the Dominion has made is a motion for summary judgment. And the simple form of that is, and most lawyers look to do it, but judges don't like to dispose of cases that have many issues. They prefer to have a jury or trial end up in a minute-by-minute examination of the facts in the law. So, what's going to happen with the motion for summary judgment? Well, the summary judgment motion says, we presented this information. There is no conflict as to any of these issues. And because there's no conflict as to the issues, the law applied to these issues means we, that is Dominion, win. Now, Dominion may not win because the judge will consider some issue in dispute that's critical to the motion, and that only a trial or a hearing can sort that out. And the motion to dismiss by the defendants, the Fox and Company, that's not going to go anywhere anyhow. So the only motion before the judge that's serious, in my opinion, is a motion for summary judgment. And I think after much deliberation, it's a 89% chance that the judge will deny that motion, set the matter down for trial, and they'll go to trial. Question: isn't Fox more interested in settling than having a public trial in which the material we know about now and more is spread out in the public record? Perhaps, but I'm not sure Dominion wants to settle. I don't know. I haven't read anything, but there's a part of me that thinks if I were Dominion, I'd want to crush the bastards. So I'd go to trial. Win or lose, just go, play the house, do the whole thing. You know you got evidence, you know it's not going to go away. You know they have a high interest in settling, and if you go to trial, you might end Fox. You might destroy it with a judgment. Now, isn't this an interesting contrast, though? Dominion is the most important story about getting a reckoning, but it's not Trump. It's a reckoning for the lies at Fox News, an accomplice to Trump, a willing accomplice, an accomplice who kept secret the truth from the public, even as Trump was trying to steal an election. A truth about the credibility of the key witnesses that Fox repeatedly put on the air. So I have some friends saying they thought I was a good guy and can't understand why I attacked the Justice Department. I would like to believe in the Justice Department, but since I was a kid until now, there are too many chapters in which the Justice Department, without regard to what party's in control, has done terrible things. You know, we can think of Nixon and John Mitchell, we can think of Barr, we can think of a whole bunch of these people. But what about now? Shouldn't it be better? We have a democratically appointed Attorney General that we all thought was good enough to go on the Supreme Court. But now we've learned something else. He's either a coward, incompetent, believes that no president formerly in office or presently in office should ever be prosecuted. He may believe that, which is a big difference back in the day when Vice President Spiro Agnew was prosecuted while in office, and he tried to resist it and failed. And Nixon, if the impeachment had gone forward and the charges had come forward, he might have been convicted. But the energy to go after the wrongdoer was powerful then, and it's not now. In fact, the best you can say when somebody's been stalling for 2 years, and I'm talking about our Just Us department, is that they really don't intend to do it. And it feels like they're going to delay it until August, when the Republicans are going to start having their debates. And then is the Department of Justice going to say, oh, we can't go forward now? There's an active campaign going on. Probably. And we got down in Georgia, we have a prosecutor who's talked to us about imminent prosecution. Well, imminent is no longer imminent. It is possible, since March the 1st is a new grand jury, a new term, 2-month term, that she's waiting for that. So let's wait and see. I'll give her that much. But then let's see if she actually indicts Trump, or we get a barrel full of bullshit about why she hasn't, or we're still looking at it, or we're thinking about it. And then up in New York, we have these false signals from, he really can't brag about anything, Bragg, the DA, who is looking again at prosecuting Trump. We have the sorriest bunch of prosecutors in American history who can't figure out what to do with a president that would have stolen an election and overthrown our government in the process in order to do it. If that's not important, then what is? So, I hope to see you again tomorrow, and here I am in my cathedral of trees. All the best. Bye-bye.